Can we get the news out of the way straight away, Nathan? How's Nathan Vardy and what's the prognosis?
Yeah, look, we're not exactly sure on Vards at the moment. He's tweaked his groin a bit and it doesn't look great at the moment, so we'll just have to get a scan later today or tomorrow and review from there. But pretty unfortunate for Nathan to go down the last quarter.
Was it just a ruck contest landing awkwardly? Is that how
it looked that way. Yeah, again, we haven't had a close look at the vision yet, but yeah, he's pretty sore at the moment, so we'll just have to review after we get it scanned later today or tomorrow.
For groins to be that bad, normally it is bad, like when they come off like that, so that can mean a significant chunk.
Potentially, I'm not a doctor, so I'm going to have to just wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
But hopeful that it's not too bad for Nathan. But as I said, he's pretty sore, and we'll get it assessed and see where we are from there.
He was so good last season, and he's put in a big summer. How big a shame is it?
Yeah, he's had a fantastic summer, as has Scotty Lysett too. So it's great to see those guys compete against each other all summer. It makes them better, and I think we've seen a bit of that the last couple of weeks from both of them. And it's been well documented too, Nick's building, so looking forward to seeing him hopefully get some action in the weeks to come.
In some ways it almost makes it more important that Nick comes back well and plays if Vards is gone for a while, yeah.
Yeah, look, it's I mean, Nick is building, as I said, and he's probably unlikely to play next week, but he's had a really good hit out yesterday with the boys and moved really well, so provided that he keeps pulling up well, then he's progressing, as we'd hope for. So we'll just have to wait and see how he goes in prep for round one. But we've got to have a holistic picture in preparing him to play a season of footy. So that's the same with the rest of our group, but particularly Nick.
Looking further down the list of ruckmen, how did you assess Fraser McInnes today?
Yeah, look, Fraser is a favourite amongst the group. He competes hard. He's a real honest competitor for us. So it was great to see him get an opportunity out there today. And look, around stoppages wasn't our best day today, so it wasn't largely on the rucks. It was a bit of our midfield work as well. But it's great for our young guys, not only Fraser, but a lot of our young guys to get some exposure as we look to prepare our full squad for round one and beyond.
How are you looking in terms of playing either or both of Liam Ryan and Willie Rioli in round one? How did you assess them today?
Yeah, look, it's they've had some great chemistry at training throughout pre-season, but playing games is a total different dynamic, and we're really keen to see what the look is like up forward. So we would have seen some different faces up forward today, obviously without Lacroix, Cripps and Kennedy out there, but we're really liking the different mix we get. They're exciting, and sometimes as coaches we don't know exactly what we get because they just seem to have that freshness about the way they play. So really exciting for us, and we'll just have to wait and see over the next couple of weeks how that progresses. But we'd like to be able to play a look like that at times, and obviously when JK and Darling and the like become available to all the guys, we can have a different look as well.
Would you look to play both of them again against Fremantle next week and take another look at it?
I will definitely have a different look about our squad next week. You would have seen today a lot of our senior guys weren't playing, so there'll probably be 8 to 10 changes, I'd imagine, off the top of my head that'll come in next week and bolster our lineup. So it means a couple of young guys will miss out, but hopefully they had some good exposure today that they can learn from.
Jake Waterman and Jaron Brander played well today. Could they be vying for a spot if JK doesn't get up round one? Could there be a spot?
Oh, definitely. There's a number of guys up forward. Matty Allen's another one who's just coming back from injury, but Waterman's had a great summer and has prepped himself and put his hand up. So he was really pleasing last week and again today. So he's doing all that he can in that space. And if Josh isn't available, then we've got a number of guys, not just Misty Waterman that can put his hand up for the group.
He seems to play well naturally as a full forward, Jake, doesn't he? That sort of seems his most natural position on the ground.
Yeah, look, he's a really competitive young man, and it's great to see, and we as coaches love to see that in our young players when they come in, and he fights to the death and he chases hard, he tackles hard. He's a really good size for that one, not quite a key forward, but that in-between forward size, and he competes really hard. I'm sure our fans, as we do as coaches, love seeing him cracking into packs and getting the ball to ground for us.
Just on Nick, you mentioned before he's unlikely to play next week. Has something changed there? Because the club was targeting to get him.
Oh, more unlikely than likely. Again, he had a good hit out yesterday, and we'll just have to wait and see how he pulls up. But there's a plan in place that Nick and the coaching staff and support staff are all adhering to, and that's to prepare him to play a full season of footy. So again, it's not ruling him out completely for next week, but at this moment we'll just have to wait and see how the week pans out for us.
Is he probably just running out of time to get up for round one? Like you'd want a fully fit player?
Oh, I mean, I guess every club would want more time at the moment. It's, with pre-seasons being shorter, but we feel like there's enough time to prepare not just Nick but our whole group for the upcoming season. So we'll just have to wait and see how the next few weeks pan out.
So is he still a chance for round one?
Just have to wait and see.
How do you assess your young defenders today? Tom Cole looked pretty...
Yeah, some of our defenders today, and our leaders that were out there today, and you mentioned Tommy Cole, Tommy Barras, Jacko Nelson at times too, were outstanding for us in defence. Obviously, Brad Shepherd was the skipper out there today, and look, when you get games like we did today, we were run at the pump at times and we had some really good passages of play. Those guys were involved in actually stemming the tide or actually getting on the front foot again. So it's really pleasing signs for those guys to be out there without our senior boys to guide them. It's good development for their leadership, and as you mentioned, Tommy Cole I thought was outstanding, and Tommy Barras saved the day on a number of occasions as well. So some good signs for us moving forward.
What about Lyset's game, given that if Vardy isn't ready and that Nui isn't ready, more falls on him coming along?
Yeah, it does naturally, doesn't it? So as I said, Scotty's had a fantastic summer. He hasn't missed a beat with training, which is great for him, obviously with his disrupted season last year. So we're really happy with his progression, and look, he's going to be happy to have more ruck minutes if Nathan isn't available in the weeks to come, and depending on what happens with Nick. But he's itching at the bit to play footy. I mean, as you guys would have known last year, he didn't play much footy at all. So it's exciting for him, and we're really pleased with how he's progressing. How
did you rate him, obviously at times in the first half, rucking against Sandwich?
Yeah, look, it's probably the toughest job in footy to ruck against Aaron, and he said he got outbodied at times, which is going to happen because he's obviously the biggest player in the competition, and he's still getting back to his ruck crafting game mode, because I mean you can train it all you want, but actually being able to jump into an opponent and particularly at centre bounce is what Scotty's looking forward to most. So again, the next couple of weeks are going to be really good for his prep for preparing to play a full season.
Does it feel like Liam Ryan could play in round one for you as a former player and knows a bit about footy? Do you think he's ready to go?
I think there's some real excitement about our forward line, and Liam's certainly one of them. You can see when he gets the footy, he's super smart. He knows what to do with it, and he defensively was really pleasing today too with some of the pressure acts that he put on the Freo defenders. So, look, if he keeps progressing, there's no reason why he can't put his hand up for round one and be available. As we saw Willie Rioli have his first run today too, and that dynamic can be really damaging for us. We're just got to see how that chemistry unfolds over the next few weeks, and I guess how they perform as well.
You sprayed a bit though. Were you surprised at that Liam, being a skillful player, would kick one out of bounds?
I'm not concerned at all. I've seen his skill level at training, and he holds up against AFL midfielders at training. So it's just might have been a day today where it didn't quite come off the boot as you'd like, but 99% of the time it's spot on for Liam.